and welcome to me learning Dominions 5. If you're watching this series because you're looking for expert tips, gaming advice, you're in the wrong place. On the other hand, if you like watching a slow-motion train wreck, this might be the series for you. So essentially what's going on with this series of videos is I suck at this game, but I want to get better at it. And so I'm just going to record my efforts to get better at it. Let's go ahead and get this started. Now let's see. I think we'll just go with a medium world. And we're not going to deal with this wraparound crap. There we go. Now what age do we want to do? I've always found that the Middle Ages seems to be the best place to start if you're a beginner, because it's got a nice balance between the heavy magic and the, you know, whatever the hell this is. So, I think we'll start there. Just keep a normal AI. The AI doesn't really change with difficulty, it just like either gimps it or, you know, gives it extra resources. So you might as well just keep it at normal if you're learning to play the game. That'll give you the most accurate picture of what works and what doesn't. And then, you know, once you get better at the game, you know, bump it up. You know, get a challenge. Well, I think 3 players is good enough for a standard-sized map. That'll give us 45 provinces to play with. Now, let's see. I find that the best way to learn is just pick something I've never played before and you know, just kind of figure it out from there. So what do we got? Let's see, I've kind of played around with Ulm before. I've played around with Marignon. I'm not really sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. It's kind of like a Franco-Spanish nation, so it really could be either way. Excuse me. Well, I don't know. I've never looked at Caelum. What's Caelum? Caelum is a mageocracy of slender, winged beings living on the coldest mountaintops. They're skilled archers and train war mammoths. The heavy infantry of Caelum uses arms and armor of magical ice. Caelian seraphs are powerful mages of wind and frost. They're cold resistant and dislike warm lands. Sure, why not? Let's see what we got. Caelum is a megocracy of winged humanoids who inhabit the highest mountain peaks. In ancient times, there were 3 Caelian clans led by semi-divine beings known as Yazatas. The Raptor clan was accepted by the Yazatas even though they were held responsible for the corruption of Catharsis. Whatever that is. When the Harab Seraphs of the Raptor clan began to study dark magic once more, the purifying flames were tainted and Catharsis became Anthrax, king of Bane Fires. As a result, many of the Seraphines died from a wasting disease and their sacred task was abandoned. The Harab Seraphs were condemned and civil war broke out. The Raptor clan was banished and scattered across the world. The last of the Eagle Kings disappeared and were replaced by the High Seraphs of the Area clan. The Seraphs are administrators, judges, and temporal leaders of Caelum. They are masters of air magic and craft the magical ice that Caelians use instead of regular metal. The ice tempers with lower temperatures, and the heavy ice armor is more durable in cold climates than in warmer ones. All weapons crafted from the ice are magical and capable of harming magical beings. The areas live in coldest mountains peaks and are unaffected by low temperatures. They are thin and light. Spirehorn Caelians are less resistant to cold, but have partial resistance to lightning since the fall. The hair observes more of them have turned out martial... Blugga. They look like angels. My ear itches. Much better. Okay, so... Flying, cold resistant, partially shock resistance, prefers cold scale, +3! Flying military units, skilled archers, and mammoths, because, of course, when I think about angels, I think about mammoths. Air, water, some astral, and death. Priests are weak, guardian spirits, ice forts. What do we got for magical sites? Let's see, we got these dudes, and these dudes, and we get air gems and water gems from that. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Air and water focus. You're going to be consuming a lot of those gems, maybe empowering wizards with that. Raven's Veil. What is this? Enables recruitment of wingless. What do we have? Storm immunity. I'm just seeing what all this stuff means. I've never played as Caelum before. I don't think I've played against Caelum before. Interesting. So just a really fast scout. A little weaker than your standard human, as far as hit points go. A little bigger, too. Interesting. Magic damage. Area noble. Very similar. Short-ranged attacker. Got some decent armor on him. Still looking at commanders here. Another one of those storm immune dudes. Not so much on the ice protection. Again, kind of a short-range attacker, but he is a flyer. Nah, I just looked at him. Seraphine. This is a sacred commander. And he's stealthy. And he's sacred because he's a priest. Random magic, always going to be fire, though. So he has a chance of being somewhat of a fire mage. Interesting. It doesn't say anything about some fire. But... weird. Here we go, an ice mage. Or, ice. Water. I mean, kind of includes ice. This guy is, oh, interesting. Okay, so he's kind of a... So he's not really meant to be a combatant. Yeah, this guy's meant to kind of stay behind, do research, craft items. Spirehorn Seraph. Pretty standard here. Good researcher. Some air magic. they're really not so good on the hit points. These guys are definitely not tanks. Another better researcher. What a high seraph. Oh wow, he's actually old. And what can he get? He's got a 100% chance of getting one of these at level 1. 10% chance of... If I understand correctly... Okay, if I understand correctly, this means he's got a 10% chance of either getting a second path or getting a second level in the first path. If I understand correctly. I might not understand correctly. Well, anyway, what do we got here? Oh, this guy's got good hit points. This might be good because he doesn't sacrifice defense for protection. Of course, what does his defense even look like? Yeah, it doesn't really have that great defense to begin with. Oh, let's see. Okay, so this is going to be like our early ranged attacker. Low hit points. Actually better defense than the melee dudes, though. Similar protection. Magic resistance. What do we got here? Okay, this is kind of our spearman. Lots of magic damage. Well, actually, hold on. What does magic even do? I really don't know what's different about magic damage other than it probably has something to do with magic resistance. Let's see. A little bulky, but nice and protected. Very similar. Let's see. So this is probably like our cheap spammable spearman. Close combat fighter, heavily armored. Kind of expensive on the resources here. Definitely not someone we're going to be spamming. Same here. Definitely not something we'll be spamming. Temple guards. Oh, these guys are sacred. Bodyguard. Interesting. If I had like a more offensive commander, I could use him as a decent bodyguard. He is sacred, so if I was going to have a bless strategy, this would be a good unit to keep in mind. Yeah. Only thing is, all of our commanders are flyers, so he'd have trouble sticking around. Just want to remind myself, who are the sacred commanders? Looks like only the Seraphine is a sacred commander. Okay, Blizzard Warrior. Oh, he's also sacred. Very interesting. Oh wow, they actually cut off their wings. Interesting. So, but none of my flyers are sacred, so... Might not... Seems like doing a sacred build wouldn't be the most optimal strategy. Or a blessed build, is what I meant to say. Mammoth is a stronger woolly bleed? Woolly breed of elephant living in the icy vales of the Spire Horn. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's, that could be a problem. Killing your own guys as they retreat. Alright, well... I wonder... No, you can't go down. Well, it sounds like we're going to be doing a Scales Pretender. Which means... Probably shouldn't pick one of these guys. What the hell is an Azzy? But yeah, whatever we get, it's definitely going to be a Scales Pretender for the most part, not a... Probably not a Super Combatant. I think a Super Combatant's probably going to be a bad idea. Why the hell is a Demi-Lich so tiny? I mean, look at that thing, it looks like a bug. It's a skull and crossbones. It's literally just a skull and crossbones. Weird. I don't really want to do an undead thing, though. I don't know. Do we get a discount on any of the Dominion 3 dudes? Ahura gets a discount. Oh, Ice Dragon is actually discounted. Arch Seraph discount. It is tempting. It is definitely tempting. Just get a Super Combatant. Some minor blessings. Spend the rest on Scales. Yeah, sure. Sure, we'll do an Ice Dragon. We're gonna want him to be awake. We'll just do some minor blessings. What's this? +2 defense skill. Blessed units will be more difficult to hit in combat. Sacred units will be able to cross... Disregard movement penalties for cold... Well, we mostly do... We already do that, though. That's not necessary. Sure. Sure. And then, yeah, why not? Why not? Alright. We got 201 left to play with here. I have a feeling we're going to be pretty magic heavy. Well, we're also going to be pretty resource heavy, though, so let's, yeah, here we go. Order. That's going to get me better resources. I think that's a good way to go. What can I do? Yeah. Yeah. Because this really isn't that important. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Damn it. 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 Yes. Bad idea. Bad idea. But yeah, this isn't really going to matter because we're gonna do fast expansion. We're gonna do fast expansion with a lot of temples, so this isn't going to matter too much once I get to building temples. Yeah. Because, for anyone who doesn't know, Dominion is just, this is the maximum number of candles that you can have in a province without temples. At least that's my understanding. And then, like, every fourth temple, I want to say, bumps up that maximum amount. So, that's all it means, as far as I know. Alright. Yeah, okay. Oh, what should we name this dragon? Habirbity-burr. Let's go with... Salaknir. Okay, not messing with that. Thrones of Ascension, I'm not gonna mess with that. Make it decently hard to win. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with any of this. Except for renaming. We'll do renaming. Okay. I just like watching what this does. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut this video off here, and in the next video we'll get started with some actual gameplay. I'm going to have these staggered on a scheduled release, so you'll never have to wait too long for the next video. Anyway, thanks for sticking around if you've made it this far. I know this wasn't a particularly riveting video, but I promise it's going to pick up. So, we'll see you guys in the next one. Let me just get to the menu. Alright. Until next time, everyone.